Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sunny Cortez. I am from SDO Marikina. And today in our session, I'll be sharing with you the salient points of project proposal for Gender and Development Attribution. And basically, this will be used for GAD Attribution 2020. I would like to greet also the members of GAD focal point system of all the schools in Marikina and to the members also of GAD focal point system in the division office. So let me now share with you the salient parts of the project proposal which we will be using for GAD attribution for 2020. So let me share with you my screen. Okay. So I just have to project the entire presentation so that it's clear and easy for you to read. Okay, so let's now proceed to the parts of project proposal for GAD attribution for 2020. Now, it says here that a project proposal that we will be using for GAD attribution basically has a project title that's given. O meron siyang project title. And there is also a sentence summary of the project scope. So, the example I've given here is yung title ko dito, the reproduction of modules for learners. Oh, this is just a sample. Depende sa kung ano ang gusto nyong i-attribute, you can make your own title. And then, sentence summary, the project will provide printed gender-sensitive modules which can be used as materials for learning in these times of pandemic. It provides an opportunity for 1,450 male and 1,350 female learners who will benefit from the project. So basically, that's the module, the summary, summary of the project that they have here as an example. And if you were able to notice, we have there 1,450 male and 1,350 female learners who will benefit from the project. This is basically an example of sex disaggregated data, and the very reason why we are asking from you the sex disaggregated data in school. Kasama dun yung enrollment, for example, yung mga nag-online, yung mga nag-modular, yung mga iba't iba pang mga, halimbawa sa completion rate, yung iba't iba pang mga sex disaggregated data na meron tayo sa eskwelahan kasi pwede siyang basehan at pwede nating makita dyan sa datos na yan kung ilan yung kababaihan, ilan yung kalalakihan, and later on magagamit din natin yan sa gender analysis. Ano yung mga issues na nakikita natin sa mga numero na yan. So very helpful po yung sex disaggregated data. That's why it's non-negotiable. At matagal na pong hinihingi sa atin yan na kailangan lagi tayong meron ng sex disaggregated data. Yun lang yung counting ng male and female at ano yung mga issues kaakibat nun, no? So, for example, kung ang project mo ay construction ng restroom, makikita mo dito sa 1,450 male and 1,350 female kung ilang mga cubicles ang kailangan mong gawin para sa mga learners. At pag nagkaroon kayo ng gender analysis, makikita nyo, for example, anong mga issues na meron dyan. So halimbawa dito, ilan ang male? 1,450 male. Ilan ang female? 1,350 female. So dito sa datos na to, mas marami ang male. Pero hindi naman sobrang layo. 1,450 sa male, 1,350 sa female. Lagpas lang ng 100 yung male. And generally, in terms of number, pagdating sa gagawing restroom, for example, mas marami yung sa male talaga, no, kung titingnan mo. Pero pag nagkaroon tayo ng gender analysis, lalabas dyan na gaano ba katagal ang mga kababaihang learners na nandun sa restroom kaysa mga kalalakihan. Kaya makikita mo na dyan ngayon kung ilang cubicles ang kailangan mong gawin para sa mga kababaihan at para sa mga kalalakihan, considering the time element, no, na nandoon sila sa restroom, gumagamit ng restroom. So, yung mga ganong issues na minsan hindi natin nakikita kapag hindi tayo gumagamit ng sex disaggregated data, construct lang tayo. Sige, magawa tayo ng 10 sa lalaki, 10 cubicles sa lalaki, 10 cubicles sa babae. And it appears na hindi tayo gender responsive, no? Kasi hindi natin inalam ilan ba ang male learners at female learners at ano mga issues ng male and female learners in terms of restroom. At kung gender sensitive tayo, doon pa lang sa pagplano niyan, tapos pag-decide kung ilang mga cubicles ang ating gagawin, ay kino-consider na po natin yon. Gaano katagal ang mga kababaihan, mga kalalakihan, pwera pa sa mga gamit na meron doon sa loob. So if I continue, nagdagdag lang ako dito, if ever you're going to continue that part of your proposal, modules should be systematically distributed and retrieved from the learners following the health protocols to safeguard the people who will be involved in the reproduction, distribution, and retrieval of the additional materials. That's if you're going to still have some additional statement, but in general, a project summary will do. Okay. So next part is the project time frame. An example here, the project shall be for 1 school year, starting from the month of blank and ending in the month of blank for 2021. So kung medyo mahaba naman ang project natin, okay lang yon. What else? Okay, so that's just an example. Now for the project contacts, it says here that it lists the persons who are involved in the project and be contacted. Be sure to include their names, the titles, the roles in the project, as well as phone numbers and email addresses. So the example I put here is name of proponent, Sanity Cortez, position Education Program Specialist 2, contact number, that's my number there, and the email is my DepEd email. And it says here the roles in the project, so you can include that there. Pwede mo yang i-edit, no? But basically, those are the parts which are being needed there. Now, let's go to project summary. So the goal of this section is to present the reasons for doing this project, as well as stating the project's objectives. In this section in particular, it is essential to write concisely and clearly. Be able to answer the following questions. So anong sasagutin natin dito sa project summary? So first bullet, why are you doing this project? Next, what will you be doing in this project? Next, how will you be doing it? Next, who will be doing it? Next, where will it be done? So in terms of where you're going to implement that. And then, how long will it take? Pumapasok na dyan yung time frame ulit. And then, how much will it cost? So those things, those information are stated already in the project summary. So the project summary should answer all those questions. Now let's proceed to project background. It says here that it should explain what needs or problems you're trying to solve. So, and why these needs, problems are worth solving. You should also provide a brief setting and history behind the project. This section should be no more than a page. Include references to supporting documentation, such as project design or layout. This information can be placed in the index. Okay. So kung doon sa restroom nating binabanggit kanina, bakit ka nagpapagawa niyan? Ano ang sinusolve yan? Or bakit ka nagdadagdag ng additional cubicles, for example, doon sa proyekto mo? Or dyan naman sa ating module, sa modular production natin, why are we doing this project? At ano yung mga tinutugunan natin mga problema? And then, i-include na rin dyan sa project background yung mga gender issues. If we wanted to make the project GADable, if we wanted the project to be attributed to gender and development, and so that it should appear to be gender responsive or gender sensitive, no? Kasi ang proyekto magiging mataas ang attribution niyan kapag ang ating nagawang project proposal ay gender responsive, gender sensitive or gender responsive. So paano natin malalaman kung gender sensitive siya or gender responsive? Lagi nating tatandaan na hindi pwedeng i-attribute ang isang document kahit sabihin natin na meron diyang mga gender issues na maaaring matugunan kung yung statement na yun ay hindi siya nasusulat. So, kaya kailangan talaga sa project proposal malinaw. Lagi niyong tatandaan ang salitang nasusulat. Ayan, yung mga terms na GADable, gender responsive, no? Ginawa lang nating bagong terminology. GADable, gender responsive, gender sensitive. At hindi tayo pwedeng mag-attribute kapag hindi siya stated doon sa project proposal. Pwede mo lang siyang i-attribute, ang mga yan, kasi gagamitan natin yan ng tool na magkakaroon tayo ng panibagong tutorial para doon sa tools. Ano bang mga parts doon sa tools, ano mga hinahanap na dapat mag-reflect din doon sa project proposal at sa proseso ng GAD attribution. So, what's the point? Kailangan malinaw, nakasaad sa project proposal ang lahat. Okay? So, ayan. That's an example. Next, the project objectives. Napakahalaga ng project objectives, for example, dito. Kunyari, meron tayong proyekto na medyo mahaba-haba kasi meron tayong issue. Halimbawa na sa elementary, mas marami ang nag-i-enroll na mga boys, no? Kaysa sa mga girls. Pero pagdating sa secondary, mas marami na ang mga girls kung ikukumpara natin sa boys. So ang tanong, anong nangyari doon sa mga boys na, kasi mas maraming boys dati sa elementary na nag-enroll, anong nangyari sa kanila? Bakit sila kumonte pagdating sa secondary? Ibig sabihin ba, may mga tumigil dyan? Kapag tumigil yan, ano ginagawa nila ngayon? Saan sila mapupunta? Anong magiging future nila? At yung ganitong mga tanong ay hindi lang magkakaroon ng implication dun sa buhay ng mga kabataan, kung hindi sa uri ng komunidad, lipunan at bansa na meron tayo. Dahil kung maraming mga mamayang hindi nakapag-aral, magiging produktibo ba sila? Baka yung iba mapariwara ang buhay. And because of that, dito pa lang sa puntong ito, no, kung nakapag-aral sila o hindi, magkakaroon yan ng implication, of course, to their productivity at saka sa national development. Kasi ang tanong dyan, magiging productive ba sila? Makakapag-contribute ba sila sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa kung hindi sila nakapag-aral? At kung tayo ay gender sensitive or gender responsive, doon pa lang sa datos na nakikita natin na marami palang mga kabataang lalaki ang hindi nakakapagtapos ng kanilang pag-aaral, dito pa lang sa elementary, no, nababawasan na bago sila dumating ng high school. Kung tayo ay gender sensitive and gender responsive, may proyekto ba tayong ginawa para sa kanila? Baka wala. No? Okay. So, ayan. Yun yung mga issues na dapat nailalagay natin dito sa project objectives. Halimbawa, kung yan ang isa sa mga proyekto natin, then kailangan stated dito na ang proyektong ito ay tutugon sa pagtulong doon sa mga kabataang nawawala sa pag-aaral, no? Sa basic education. For example, that's in elementary or in high school, na makapagpatuloy sa kanilang pag-aaral. Dahil, tawag nito, marami sa kanila ang nawawala, no? Sa eskwelahan, saan sila napupunta. So, kailangan magkaroon ng ganitong proyekto. At mahalaga ang sex-segregated data, no? Sa mga, halimbawa, hindi na tumutuloy ng mga learners, no? Kahit yung mga learners at risk of dropping out, pag may mga ganun na, so nakikita na natin ilan dyan ang babae, ilan ang lalaki, at anong proyekto ang pwede nating gawin. So, pwede nating ponduhan sa gender and development yun, if ever. Doon sa 5% if that is part of our project. At ang binabanggit ko, aside from, of course, doon sa mga proyekto na meron tayo sa 5%, yung regular pang mga ginagawa, programs, projects, and activities na meron sa eskwelahan, ay pwede rin nating i-attribute yun at gawing gender responsive or gender sensitive itong mga proyekto ito. At yun ang pwede nating i-subject din sa GAD attribution. Okay? So, that's it. So, anong mga proyekto ang pwede nating gawin in relation to that para matulungan natin itong mga kabataang nawawala sa pag-aaral? Ilagay na natin dito sa project objectives part. No? So, ilagay na natin. So, dito kanina, kung babalikan natin yung title, ang nilagay ko dito, this project will allow learners to continue learning and to have access to quality basic education even during this time of pandemic where face-to-face teaching and learning processes are not allowed. And then if you would like to mention other gender issues, pwede mo nang ilagay dyan. Because of that, magiging gender sensitive or responsive ang iyong proyekto at tataas ang percentage niya ng pagiging GADable niya. No? And GAD attributable. Ano? For example, kung ang amount ng project ay 200,000, tapos sabihin natin na meron tayong 50% ay GADable siya. So 100% ay attributable sa gender and development. Kinuha mo bang amount? Hindi mo kinuha ang amount or yung pera. In-attribute mo lang. Tuloy-tuloy ka lang dun sa pag-implement ng mga proyekto. Ang ginawa mo lang siyang gender responsive or gender sensitive. Why? Kasi pwera dun sa 5% nating mga proyekto, programa at activities na automatically, kung under yan sa GAD plan and budget, ay talagang GADable yan, 100%. Yung 95%, kailangan natin siyang gawing magiging GADable din. If possible, the whole 100% should be GADable. Kaya yung 95% na hindi natin kukunin ng pera, i-attribute na lang natin yung 95% para siya maging gender sensitive or gender responsive. Okay? Now, next, project methodology. This section details the plan for how the project objectives will be achieved. It usually starts with a description of the overall approach. So, ano ang meron dito, for example, sa project methodology? Kung babalikan ko yung sa module production or reproduction, I have here the module writing training, the module writing itself, the validation, the production, the reproduction, the retrieval, the checking, the feedbacking to learners. Ayan. So ano ba ang methodology, ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng ating mga gagawin dyan sa proyektong yan? Another part is a work breakdown and task estimate. In this section, you should create a detailed project schedule. Make a list of tasks that will be performed for this project. Make sure the list is complete enough and the tasks broken down. So I made here a matrix and I divided them into 3. Pero pwede kayong gumawa ng sarili nyong presentation kung saan kayo comfortable. Ang mahalaga doon ay stated yung ating detalye na kailangan makita ng mag-a-approve ng ating proyekto. So for example, here nilagay ko lang yung module writing, the training, the module training, no? And then module writing, and then validation, the production, the reproduction, retrieval, checking, and feedbacking. I just put it there. Yung, ano yung timeline, gaano kahaba ang panahon na guguguling dyan, and who are the persons involved in the third part. So that's it. So for work breakdown and task estimate. For project deliverables, we have to make a list of the project deliverables. These are the products that will be delivered to the client at the end and throughout the project. Make sure to include a description of the deliverable or deliverables. So an example here, so left side, I put it there, draft of the modules, and then the validated draft, and then the printed modules. Those are the outputs, no? The deliverables. So there should be a description. So for the draft of the modules, I have here initial output after the trainings, after the ample time given to the module writers. And for the validated draft, these are the materials which were subjected to validation of experts to ensure quality content appropriate for learners. Minsan, not just the experts are the ones validating our outputs, but of course, minsan meron din tayo ng mga in-house, sariling mga validators before we forward to the experts. For example, in our case, for subject area, meron tayong pinipiling nag-validate dyan before we forward our documents to Philippine Normal University for experts validation. So that's part of the process that we're doing. Kasi alam nyo naman, we have to be very careful as to the content. At kung nakikita nyo naman sa social media, di ba? Pinipicturean ng mga tao yung content, kaya dapat tayo ay maingat. At kasama dyan ang pagiging gender responsive or gender sensitive. Kasi kapag discriminatory at may mga stereotyping, nako, nakikita natin, pinipicturean ng mga tao at pinopost sa sa mga media platforms natin. Kaya kailangan talagang maging maingat tayo. And because of that, nakikita natin ang trainings din ng ating mga module writers in terms of gender sensitivity and gender responsiveness is very important so that the output, the content, the output of the modules made or prepared should be gender sensitive or gender responsive. Now for the printed modules, the validated and printed modules ready for distribution. So those are only some samples of the deliverables. Next, for the project costs. In this section, you will need to estimate the overall cost of the project. For letter A, we have the project budget, must be detailed. And letter B, we have the sources or the source of fund. Should come from the MMOE ba yan? Should not come from the MMOE. But in our case, galing yan dun, di ba? So we have the project budget and then source of fund. We put it there. I just simply put it that way. So far, yun po yung mahalagang parts na meron tayo sa project proposal. At hindi naman kailangan lahat ng mga ilalagay natin doon, ang kabuuan ng ilalagay natin doon is about the GAD attribution. May mga parts lang. In fact, may mga phrases lang na hahanapin dyan. May mga sentences lang na hahanapin dyan. May datos lang na hahanapin dyan. At titingnan kung ito ay gender responsive or gender sensitive yung ating proyekto. So once again, ang purpose sana natin, yung ating 5%, normally we're using that for the GAD plan and budget para ito'y magamit to steer yung ating tawag nito for GAD advocacies at para gawing gender responsive supposedly ang entire budget 100%. Kasi isasama natin as we attribute the programs, projects, and activities doon sa 95% na regular regular programs, projects, and activities na hindi kasama dito sa 5% na gender responsive na GAD plan and budget, yung 95% kailangan natin siyang gawing gender responsive or gender sensitive. At yun ang isa subject natin sa GAD attribution. So hopefully ay nakatulong sa inyo ang tawag nito, yung presentation nito. And if ever nakatulong po sa inyo, I'd like to invite you to subscribe in this channel and then to share this video, especially dun sa mga kasamahan natin na pwedeng matulungan para doon sa gagawin nating GAD attribution. Because GAD attribution is not just for STO Marikina, but it will be for all the divisions in the entire country. Once again, I'm Sunny Cortez. Thank you very much.